Yeah, it looks like we're on live now. Camera's
Sweet.
on. hmm Um, I'm not really gonna wait for anybody to come in. I think they'll see that the video is going. Well, I'll just go ahead and start with the introduction.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm the Sturge writes it down. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm KR Byers. I'm a writer here on Substack.
Yeah. And we're just having a conversation today. Uh, I mean, I've wanted to do a live with you forever. Like you just seem like somebody I'd really vibe with. So I mean, I obviously do already, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Well, thank you. I feel honored.
Well, yeah. So today I wanted to keep it light and fun. I had some questions for you. We can both answer them. I'll obviously I'll let you answer first, even though they're my questions, and I'll come back to them. And then we can just riff off of that chat, and then I have some fun games to play a little later, and yeah, we're gonna have some fun.
Sweet. Sounds good.
Cool, cool. Is it cold where you are right now? It looks like you're all decked out to like go like
It is
in the
actually not
snow or
warm
something.
today.
Oh,
It's actually not warm today. It's a high of 54, a low of 34. It's not too bad in my house, but the hat goes with the shirt a little bit, so that's
it
kind of why
does.
I
It
wore
does. I would definitely rock that. I mean, I don't know. You rock it better, I think.
it. Nah, you got it. You could do it. They're
I
Dixon.
probably
They're
could.
called Dixon flannels. If you ever want one, it's Dixxon. I'll put it in the chat.
Are those
Look them
aren't
up.
snap button those, right? Those aren't snap buttons. I've been looking for
No,
a good
these ones
snap
aren't.
button.
These ones are I forget what they're called, but the fold-in buttons or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I love the snap in buttons. I swear to God, those things. Oh my gosh, the ones that the metal snaps.
Yep. Yeah.
I've been looking for a nice one, but I'm a 3XLT, so I'm a big guy. It's hard to find those, and especially something that's in a nice like design.
Yeah, I'm a 2XL, so these are all 2XLs.
I didn't
So
realize. I didn't realize you were that. I'm trying to say strong, but I'm being nice there when I say strong.
yeah, I used to be very strong, abnormally strong even for my size, but a few years of sitting around doing content creation, and I've softened up a little. My best friend told me the other day that I was looking a little doughy. I was like, "Fucker, what? Why would you say that to someone?"
I know. One of my old coworkers, when I went back to see him, because after I got into a relationship with my partner, said, "Oh, you're a little tight in the pants right now," and I'm like, "Oh my god, okay."
That's so fucking rude.
I know. I'm like, seriously, dude, come on. And Elias says hi. Oh yeah, yeah. And we have quite a few people in here. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I. Oh my god, friends and just getting teased about your weight. I mean, I don't know. I'm mixed about it. I don't. Sometimes I find it funny, but it depends on the context.
Yeah, it depends on the friend too. Like the friend that said it is a bodybuilder and stuff, and he's always been like a health type individual even since we were like teenagers. And so like when he says it, I know that he actually is probably saying it out of concern. Like, hey, you gotta take care of your health there, Kenyon. And so with him I don't, but then like 90% of people I know, if they were like, oh, you're looking a little doughy, I'd be like, all right, that's it. We're fucking going. Let's go. Come on, out back now.
Wait. Even we got to give him a shout out real quick. Even Mouthy Renegade Rider, our mutual friend.
I don't think he would ever say that.
But if he did,
no, I wouldn't fight with him. No.
no, I know he's a good guy.
Mouthy and I don't think he would. I don't think we would fight. I don't think that it would. I don't think it would happen. He's not a fighter. You know what I mean?
He's a
so
lover,
I would never want
sure.
to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
He fights with words and intellect and intelligence and all that kind of stuff. He's not much of a fist fighter, I do not believe.
You've got to throw some brass knuckles on and be like, bitch, come on, let's go. Get your camera out. I'm just
plus I know all of his weak spots, so I would just start punching him in the lower back. It'd be over.
Oh God, I already know he has.
God, I wish he was here to be like, screw you, man.
He has years of damage to his lower back from all the work he did. Yeah, I know that sucks.
Yeah, carpet cleaning is it does a toll on your back. It's surprising, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I never want to do that. I don't think I'm cut out for that kind of work. I mean, I've been on disability for the last 8 years now. I'm not doing anything at this point.
Yeah,
but I definitely couldn't do that. Oh, Elias says I clean carpet. Nice. Oh,
is
fighting.
That what you do? Is that what you do for a living? Oh, I have back surgeries. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Jim the historian said fighting Pope versus Trump. Oh, Trump would lose that.
Yeah.
Pope's from Chicago.
I think the Pope would take that.
Yeah, the Pope's from Chicago.
Yeah.
You don't mess with people from Chicago. Like, I lived
that mofo's from Chi-Town, man.
Yeah. I lived in Chicago for 2 years. So.
Oh, really? I've only ever been to the airport.
O'Hare or Midway?
I don't actually know which one. I don't remember. It was a long time ago when I was in my early 20s when I was heading home from the Army.
It's usually the big one. The really, really big one is O'Hare. Midway's a decent size too, but not a lot of flights go through Midway.
Yeah, it was pretty large. I know that I wanted to go check out the town a little bit, but my layover was only like 2.5 hours or something. It ended up being 5, so I was pissed off. I was like, I could have went and checked out the town for at least like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Probably gotten mugged, maybe shot at, but it would have been a good experience.
All that stuff is overblown. It's a safe city. All right. Let's get to some writing stuff because I have a sense of what your writing is because I've read a few of your pieces, but this is just for everyone else who doesn't really know what you write and stuff, just to introduce them to like what you like, what okay. I'll go ahead without further ado. Okay. What has recently caught your attention? And is there anything you've been willing to write about? And if you have, what have you written about lately?
So I'm right now. I'm actually putting more effort than I normally would into my what I used to do, like the daily articles. It took effort, and I spent a few hours on them. But I'm writing an article story, actually short story right now, about me going on a little miniature adventure, and I'm putting a lot of effort into painting the picture with details. So describing, all sorts of, my surroundings, smells, the way I feel, all that kind of stuff. Just because I'm wanting to stretch my legs a little. For quite a long time, I've been before a large language model came out, when I would be debating things online with people, I would get called a bot because of the way that I do write. I do tend to write, pretty well, and so that, can throw a lot of people off. And so I've been afraid of coming off as if I use AI to write, but I don't care because I know I don't. So it doesn't matter. I'm just going to write the way I want to now. So yeah, I'm working on that kind of story, and it's about adventure. It's my way of actually going on an adventure because I'm too broke to do it right now. So
aren't we all? All right. So, nice. Elias said, guys, I got to go. I just subbed you KR. Cool. So, you were bringing up the thing about language, learning a large language model, the AI basically. And I don't think I've ever been accused of doing that because my writing is, it's kind of sharpened up in the last year or two, but there was a point when I was kind of, I wrote a lot of tangential stuff, and the only reason why I did it that way is because I think I was sensing AI was coming or something like that, and I didn't want people to think I was a machine. I wanted it to sound more natural, so I would write that way. And when AI did come around, I started feeling a little slighted, and I was like, where, I mean, I get that my niche is still like being a human writer, but with all this slop around me, people are just gonna automatically assume anyone who can write a decent amount or decently will be AI, and I'm just like, I don't know how to contend with that. So it demotivated me for a while to write, and I mean, I still have kind of slowed down, and I like you know, on your profile it says you're a professional overthinker. I overthink things too. I'm a habitual worrier, and I get in my head way too much.
That's a thing that's best left avoided. It's you can put your head onto paper is kind of how I think about it. The older I get, instead of staying inside my head and not achieving anything, I'd rather try to get it out on paper or something. You know what I mean, so to speak.
Yeah, there got to be a point though, because I have almost 1,700 published stories at this point online over the last 5+ years now. And I feel like I'm running out of things to say, honestly, but I know there's plenty to say, especially in this current climate with, I'm not going to even give credence to his name, but you know who I'm talking about. I don't even have to say his name.
He who shall not be named.
Troldemort.
Yeah. Or the orange Voldemort.
Yes. Although this one, oh wait, no, it's the ear that was supposedly missing.
Did you hear I know that, I don't want to give him credence or anything either, but something that really disturbed me, I just literally read, he's trying to make LGBTQ terrorist organization.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's a line in the budget for the FBI.
So he wants to make me a terrorist?
Yeah, I mean, I guess anybody who belongs to LGBTQ would be put on a terrorist watch list.
Oh, wow. I'd have to go on the run she wasn't on the run. She was in captivity. What's her name? Patty Hearst?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
Anyways, that administration's ridiculous. So, yeah. So writing, if you ever get to like a point where you want to write something like out of the ordinary for yourself, a little trick that I do that's created some pretty fun little stories is I just brainstorm just 20 random words, and then I like pair them together. So it creates like 10 combinations, and then I come up with, I use those combinations to decide upon the topic that I want to do. And so it just, it ends up being just weird little things like, black ring, and so then I've got to figure out a way to explain, a black ring or whatever, and without writing Lord of the Rings.
Do you find that useful when writing like satirical stuff?
Yeah. Satirical, I would love to get into I'm trying to figure out a way to create more satire that is, able to deliver a message the way I'd like it to without utilizing real life characters. So I'm working on thinking about ways to create characters that resemble real life people without using their name, so that I can be a little bit more inconspicuous with my delivery, so that, possibly it could entertain people that, maybe it normally wouldn't, and reach the individuals that it matters. Because that's something I've noticed, like, for instance, the Mouthy Renegade Writer is a perfect example of this. He tends to write, these like almost like Dear MAGA letters, where he's like, MAGA, you guys suck, you need to do this. And, that's fair. It's a fair, accusation, and it's a fair, point that he's trying to make, but they're probably not reading his stuff. You know what I mean? But if you can deliver a message in a way that's more subtle, so that people are, willing to read it, even if they are MAGA, then the message can come across in a way that they'll be like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't be an asshole just because someone's a little bit different than I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, our mutual friend is a little in your face with it, with the humor. It's almost too on the nose, and I think he needs to be a little more subtle. But that's just me, and I'm not going to criticize another person because he's doing well for himself, obviously, and we like him. So yeah,
yeah, he's definitely he's found his niche and his calling, and he's done very well with it. I've been very proud of him for how far he's gone. I never, when I first met him, God, 10, 12 years ago, I don't even remember how long it's been since, but I never would have guessed in a million years that he would end up a content creator. It never would have struck me as, but it, now that he is, it does, make sense. He is in person, he is a little bit of a, entertainer type person, and so he likes to make people amused and laughed and have fun and such. So it's why he excelled as a realtor. He did really well as a realtor for when he was doing it consistently and all the time. And that's why, is because he comes off as fun and entertaining and relatable. And so.
How would you say people describe you when they meet you? Like, how do you, like, if you had to give a succinct description, like how you just described your friends, how would you describe yourself? Like, in terms of the personality you just described?
Oh God, I'm so bad at that. You know how long it took me to come up with the description on my Substack? It took me so long. I honestly don't know, because like the insecure part of my brain would say one thing, and then the cocky part of my brain would say something else, while the realistic part of my brain would have a completely different way of saying it. And so I honestly, I have no idea. I don't know for sure how I come across. And honestly, I don't let myself think about it too much, because just like I explained, like I would have 3 different versions of what every single person I knew thought of me if I were to consider it too much,
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to answer the same way, and I'm going to leave it alone, because I think you're right. I think you're right. That does sound like me. It's hard. Like, I think I'm one way, and then my partner says, no, but you're like this and this and this, and they're like almost completely opposite. I'm like, oh my God, what?
I could describe myself the way that my girlfriend describes me.
Okay.
She describes me as, strong, compassionate, loving, sensitive, intelligent, creative individual. That's how she describes me. So
There you go.
I see like 2 of those points. But no.
We're our biggest critics. That's what it is.
Yeah,
our
sure.
partners do have a little bit of a rose-colored lens on, but at the same time, it's like they're probably seeing the best in us.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you where you thought you'd be in your writing journey at this point?
In some regards, I'm a little bit further than I figured I would be at this point. In some regards, I'm a little bit behind. My original plan at this point, I would be writing more of just like what I want to, which I'm heading into now. But I am, a little bit further along on, subscribers and stuff like that. But there's just so much more. Every time I look at the path ahead, it's just there's a lot of work to do to get to where I want to be. And I don't consider it anything I plan on doing fast. It'll be the journey I'm looking at will be the rest of my life, regardless of, what happens. As long as I'm alive, I'll keep on working towards getting to be the version of myself that I want to be. So it'll never be done.
We're both still young. We can do it. We'll get somewhere. Like, I know it's an ongoing journey and it's never ending, but we'll get to where we want to be at some point.
Yeah, I sometimes I consider myself young, and then some days I wake up and I'm like, God, I feel old.
Well, you're younger than me. I know that.
Yeah, I'm 38. I'll be 39 June 3rd.
I'll be 44 August 1st. We're around the same age, but I mean,
yeah,
I'm a little older. Oh, Mac Devlin says hi, so I'm going to say hi to him really quick. Hi, Mac. They invited me to karaoke tonight. His karaoke thing on his channel. I may or may not make that because I didn't get much sleep last night, and I only got a short nap before our video, so that's gonna be a stretch because that's at like 9 my time tonight.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm actually I'm changing the format of the way I do my own lives and how I'm going to go about it. Hi, Murphy. It's been a while since I've seen you, Murphy. I hope that you're okay. I had a weird like daydream about you, like God, yesterday or day before, where I imagine that you finally got in trouble in Turkey for saying some of the things you did, and you were like sitting in a questioning cell. Oh man, I was like, God dang it! I hope I didn't say anything to get him in trouble. But yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying before that.
we were just, yeah. It was. Now I can't remember either. Oh my God. Murphy's that distracting. Everybody has that dream about me. Oh my God. Oh no, my dreams are slightly different, Murphy, but I can't say what they are exactly on this live.
See, my teeth are white. They don't look white when I'm smiling like this and stuff. They look all like gross and stuff.
You know, I have a Michael Strahan gap.
Oh, cool. I love those gaps, dude. It makes it really cool to whistle. Can you whistle well? Yeah, see?
Yeah. I always joke that I'm the Filipino Michael Strahan on my podcast with Brandon. So for me, I think I'm no, actually I'm right where I think I was going to be. Well, no, I'm further along in my writing journey than I thought I was going to be, because when I got on Medium before I went to Substack, I didn't think this was going to be anything. I went on like a little around 5 years ago and just started writing down my thoughts. I was like, who's going to read this? Like, I just paid the $5 and I was like, whatever happens here happens. The first year, nothing happened. Or no, it was like the first 6 months, and then all of a sudden it blew up. A couple of stories went viral. And then I shot up to like, at this point, I'm close to 10,000 subscribers on Medium. Oh, so, wow. I mean, that's cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a Boost nominator, obviously, so that's kind of cool. Like am I allowed to say his name, or?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody. It doesn't. Yeah, it's
well,
it's mainly the ops that he's worried about knowing his name at this point.
Oh, well, I don't know if is he still a Boost nominator, or?
No, I don't think he is. That's part of the reason he came to Substack, was all of a sudden things just like declined rapidly on his end over there on Medium. So he was like, fuck this, I'm out.
I just don't nominate it as much anymore. I'm just like, F it, I don't even care. Oh, Max says I just subbed him for the handsomeness. Oh, KR. I mean, a lot of people say that about you, right? I mean,
do they?
Yeah, well, no. The thing is the other, I got to admit something. This is kind of a funny story. So Brandon and I, we do our weekly podcast. We've done it since the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys were on, I think it was before we started doing our podcast regularly. I think you were on with him on his channel.
Mm-hmm.
I took a screenshot of you guys, picture in picture like we have now. Like, I think he was on the left, you were on the right. And I screenshot it, sent it to him on Discord. And I was like, hey, look at these two handsome men. And it was funny. It was just like, oh my God. It was like, you really did, didn't you? Yeah. He just thought it was silly that I was like highlighting that. Out of everything you guys were talking about that day, I was like mentioning that both of you guys were handsome, and he was just laughing about it.
Well, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's a hell of a compliment.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's see. Ooh, I got a question for you here. This is one of my favorite questions I actually wrote down, because I was just going through and trying to figure out what I was going to ask you today. This is just going pretty naturally. So actually, this is actually something that's important. I think this is something both like the audience would want to hear both of us answer. How do you balance writing your regular, your life outside of writing and engagement with your audience on Substack and elsewhere?
I'll let you know when I figure it out. I'm so awful at it right now. There's weeks where I will find myself, because I'm the primary caretaker of like my home right now. That's kind of positions my lady and I have fallen into. She works, she's the breadwinner, I'm the home taker, I'm the homemaker or whatever. And so
Yeah.
I'll have some weeks where I'll like super focus in on the homemaking aspect of my existence. So, the laundry will be done and fresh every single day, and dishes will be completely cleared, and everything will be wiped down, vacuumed, dusted, and all of that. And then I have weeks where all I do is focus on writing. So it goes back and forth. Lately, I've been just focused on getting done with like my chores and making dinner and stuff like that around the house, because that's I don't know. It's what I kind of took a back seat for a little while I was writing, and so it ended up I just got behind. So now I'm completely like caught up on all the laundry again and everything. So like next week, in fact, you'll be the last Substack live I do for like 2 weeks, because I'm going to be focusing, because I did 3 this week. And so I'm going to be focusing more on just writing. So then my home duties will be shirked slightly.
Nice. Yeah, so I mean, as long as you do little things here and there, I suppose it's fine. I mean, like, because you said your girlfriend's the one doing, or she's the breadwinner right now, and then you're tending the house. So I mean, I think both of those roles are equally important, and I do see a lot of the reversals now, like how the traditional one was set up where it was the opposite. But I mean, I respect those dynamics, like either way. Like, I mean, shoot. I mean, I'm in a 2-guy relationship. Shit, you know what I mean? Like, I was the breadwinner for a while, and yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I the woman? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. When we first met, I made more money than her, and then for a few years after we first met, I made way more money than her, and then it just kind of switched. Certain things like happened in my life, and so I quit kind of wanting to do what I was doing before. I quit wanting to do the construction and manufacturing. I owned a manufacturing company and a construction company, and I was working 80 plus hours a freaking week, dude. It was insane. But I was healthy, I really was. I was, at least physically in shape, and tired all the time and sore, but healthy. And but then things, like I said, things happened, certain, things. I don't want to go into, I don't want to ever accidentally say something that makes me sound like I'm trying to push blame on other people. Ultimately, my life is what it is because of my own choices and decisions, and that's why I am doing now what I'm doing. I quit wanting. So I had a goal for a long time that I was going to just work my ass off until, I was, 50, 60 years old or so, somewhere in there, where I started to get too tired and broken down to be able to like get up at 4 a.m. and go start doing construction work. And then I was going to, use whatever income I'd made from there to, work on writing and stuff. So I've just upped the plans in that regard and left behind the construction and manufacturing and all that kind of stuff. It's just, it's not, life is too short to wait on my dreams. You know what I mean?
You got to go for it while you're still alive. I mean, I know that sounded ridiculous. I'm like, you can't do it when you die. No. Okay. Are there any assumptions you had like 5 or 10 years ago that have changed over time?
Regarding what?
I mean, life in general. Like, I mean, we could talk about anything at this point. Like, is there one thing you want to key in on?
I used to think a decade ago I was all about my family still. I'm still all about my kids and my lady and stuff. They're most important, but I was all about like trying to, be loyal to my, parents and uncles and aunts and grandparents and brothers and sisters and stuff like that. And like I had to do certain things or believe certain ways in order to, you know, make sure that, you know, I was fitting in with them, and I no longer believe that or care about that. It started slowly, but then it like progressed incredibly rapidly over the last like 5 years or so. You know, like the first thing I started doing, you know, like I'd say, well, it would have been about 9 years ago as of now, was I started telling certain members of my family to stop saying the N-word.
Oh,
You know, because they love to throw that word around for just like fun. Where I grew up,
like
it's a very common word to just
like
use.
hard R.
Oh yeah, for sure, hard R. Yeah,
Oh,
um, yeah, and it's not meant as a fun thing. I mean, they mean it as a bad insult, you know. And so I started trying to work on them to do it. Another thing around that time I did was I came out as not being 100% straight to them, and I told them too. I don't know what I would be classified as. I guess the closest thing at the time I could think of was I told them I was probably something like bi, but not actually bi, because it's more, there's more to it than that. But
yeah,
you know, and so I
probably like
started, you
something
know,
like demisexual or something. I mean, you don't really
yeah, I
label
don't
it.
know.
You
I
don't
don't know.
label it.
It's, you
It's the
know,
person, right?
yeah, I just mainly wanted to start trying to be myself. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I didn't, and it was, you know, I had always tried to hide that more from my family and stuff. I always tried to hide that more like feminine side of myself. I used to like to, well, I still do. I wear some makeup here and there. I like to wear just like eyeliner sometimes, like fucking JD Vance. Asshole took my fucking style, I swear to God. So, you know, and so I started just wearing that around, you know, and stuff more often and to work even. So you'd have a construction worker showing up with, you know, some mascara, eyeliner around his eye. And, you know, I quit caring because I knew I needed to be myself, and I had to, like I said, I've always wanted to find more and more subtle ways to fight the good fight, so to speak. I do believe in true equality. I do believe in the concept of live and let live. You know, as long as somebody's not doing direct, you know, harm to me or my family, then I don't care what they fucking do. I don't care what they wear. I don't care what they look like. I don't care what they sound like. It doesn't matter, you know. And so that's kind of the message that I started trying to preach. But I ended up cutting ties with a majority of my family because they could not they could not see that it was important to me. And then there is a bunch of other stuff that went on that I won't really go into right
Yeah.
now. But you know, it made the leaving my family behind a lot quicker of a progress, or a lot progressed a lot quicker than it would have before.
Yeah. Well, I found out a lot of things about my family in the last 10 years, and one of them is that most of my family supports Trump. And it's surprising because of the fact that my mom is an immigrant. She's a first generation. Well, I mean, obviously immigrant. I mean, I don't have to say first generation or anything, but she's an immigrant from the Philippines. And I was surprised to find out she supported Trump because she was a Democrat back in 2008 and voted for Hillary Clinton in the primary against Obama. That's another story, though. My brother was also a Democrat. My sister, well, I never really knew her political affiliation, but then I find out all the woodwork in the last 5 to 10 years that all three of them came out in support of Trump at one point or another. And I've always been very progressive. I've always been in like, I mean, if I had to vote for somebody in the mainstream, it was most likely somebody like an AOC Bernie Sanders type, or even third party.
Yeah.
But when I heard this, I was just completely disgusted. I mean, I still talk to my brother and my mom, but I don't bring up politics, and I feel very uncomfortable if they even try to bring it up with me, like my brother. He'll sometimes say, are you just a fucking stupid libtard? I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, and then I asked him the other day, do you know what? Because have you watched the documentary yet? You've got to watch this one. It's Louis Theroux, Inside the Manosphere. So it's a documentary about this English filmmaker who does documentaries. He came to the United States and interviewed a few of these manosphere guys, you know, like the Andrew Tate types.
Yeah.
Within that sphere. And they're Trump supporters, obviously, like all these people in this little manosphere thing.
Yeah.
But he showed how they were very hypocritical. Oh yeah, Murphy wrote a piece on it, by the way, and he actually criticized the movie for not being that good. And honestly, I didn't see it. I thought it was an important movie, and I think it was good in its own right. There were some opportunities, like they could have tried to get more to like interviews with the women within these spheres to get their opinions on what's going on. But I sense there's a lot of abuse and control in those spheres. So I think the access is limited to a lot of these women that are within these like content creator, like, you know, these. Oh man, yeah, yeah. It's wild. Yeah, no. So JD Vance does wear eyeliner, but what I was gonna say is you would look better than JD Vance in eyeliner. I'm already telling you that now.
Thank you. We actually, I think JD Vance and I look a little bit alike in some ways, honestly.
I mean, you do, but no, you're handsome, JD Vance. You look better.
Thank you.
And you have better hair.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh my God. Okay, so this question, I think both of us can answer this one. Do you think that the fact that you chronically overthink, do you think it speeds up the process of your writing? You just want to get stuff out without sitting on it too much, or do you sit on it a lot and really like pick it apart?
So the longer I sit on a piece of work that I'm doing, the less likely it becomes that it'll end up getting published online. This is especially true, obviously, of like the books that I work on writing, and that I use the word work in that sentence very loosely. But if I don't overthink the article that I'm publishing, then it'll actually get pushed out. But otherwise, I end up sitting there like, oh, is it any good? Oh, did I make a mistake here? Should I correct this? Should I change that? You know, and then it just ends up never getting published. So I'm having to find balance in that regard too. Like I said, the short story I'm currently working on is kind of an experiment in that regard, because I'm making myself work on it, and I'm going to make myself release it.
Go for it. I can't wait to read that.
So it'll be a bit
no pressure,
overdone, but yeah. I'm okay with that because whatever, you know, I'm not here to try to write at this moment. I'm not here to try to write, you know, a Nobel Prize winning, you know, piece of literature. You know, I'm here to hone my craft, hopefully entertain some people, and, you know, work to build an audience until I do get to a point where I am, you know, being much better at doing what I'm doing now. So
I like, honest, like, if I'm just giving my opinion right now, I think you're already a pretty polished and good writer in my, like, just from what I've read.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It's always, I always want to keep on growing and going. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't ever want to get to a point with anything, actually. And this applies to absolutely every aspect of my existence. That I think, okay, I'm good enough in this regard, you know.
No, you can never be good enough. You've always got to strive to do better.
That's something like when I was doing construction for, you know, in my 20s, you know, most of my 20s, I was like, oh, it's good enough. I'm good enough at this. And then as I got, you know, to my later 20s and then my early 30s, I was like, no, I've got a lot I can still learn, you know, and it actually made my skills improve. Imagine that, you know. And so that's kind of the mentality I always want to take with everything, you know. My girlfriend, she'll tell me, you know, things like, God, I can't believe how much you've improved the last few years after what you went through. And I'll be like, good, that's a good sign that I've got to keep going, you know?
Oh, yeah. So there's these two terms. So in terms of how you start writing, do you just do like a free write and then go back and read it? Or do you do an outline and plan what you're going to write and then refine it?
It depends on what I'm writing. So, like, for instance, I have some pretty expansive, like, fantasy ideas that I want to. Gotta make sure I didn't. I keep accidentally unplugging this thing, so I gotta make sure I didn't. So I've got some pretty expansive, and with that, I'll get I'll cover my wall in paper, And I'll sit there and I'll start like, okay, this person, started it in this land. I'll draw out a map of lands and stuff. And then I'll be like, this person started here. This person started here. They come down this direction to meet at this point, so that I can keep a level of, consistency throughout the story I'm trying to tell, instead of accidentally, being like, well, this character came up this river when in fact they came through a desert to get to where they're at. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. That's cool.
So with that, yeah, I will. With writing like day to day stuff that I write more so. I say day to day, but lately it's been week to week. But I just pour it out as fast as I can get it out from start to finish, and then I go back through and I just polish it up.
That's how I am too.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's the main way I do it. Sometimes I'll do, like I said, brainstorming, but only if I want to write something like new and out of the ordinary for what I've been writing. Then I will do, like I said, I'll brainstorm, and I have a few different ways I do that. I already
that one trick you told me to help break my writer's block right now with the words. I think I'm gonna try that, because I need something right now. I need something to get me going, because not only is it National Poetry Month and I haven't written any poems this month like I promised I would. I'm just way behind on what my goal was for the month to write. I was gonna try to write one a day, which I know is at this point unsustainable, especially with my disability, my illness, and my energy levels. But I've always tried to push myself. So at this point, it's like I've written 2 pieces this month, and I've done way more live videos. So like I do my podcast with Brandon every week. I've done a couple of lives with Ginger, with Onyx Rose. We did that sleepover with Laggy, Ginger, and Brandon. I mean,
I think I've only done like 2 or 3 this month, so I'm not too much. We're not too much apart on that regard. So. Spring is always harder for me to focus. Always, everything, no matter what I've ever done.
Nice. Yeah.
It's like I want to be
getting out of the dead of winter.
Yeah. So
it's like 60 something today here. So you're saying it's not that warm where you are? I'm in Pennsylvania, in Northwest Pennsylvania, Erie. And
I'm in Boise, Idaho. So it's high of 54, low of 34. Right now,
let me actually 51. See what the official high is. Hold on, let's see. It says 59 today, actually. So we're about the same. 59.48. That's the low. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're giving you already our location and our weather. Come find us. Come at me. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
At what point in your life did you realize that you are like a writer, and like around how long ago did that happen, and what propelled you into the craft?
So I started wanting to write when I was a little kid. I was very young when I struggled with learning how to read for quite a few years into school. So I could do just enough to, pass off, you know what I mean? But it wasn't something I was very, interested in at all. Mm-hmm. And then I don't remember. I think it was The Hobbit, honestly. Someone gave me The Hobbit hardcover and told me to read that. And I sat there trying my hardest to work my way through it. And as I started doing that, I started actually like reading it fully. And so I went from by the time, so in 2nd grade, I like couldn't read. I was behind, and then so by 3rd grade, I was reading at a college level. Oh, and nice. I was so transfixed with how I could, when I was reading, I could imagine, I could see what was happening. The words made me see what was happening in the book. And that became like a fascination of mine. And the life I grew up with was not necessarily what one would call an easy or enjoyable existence. And so reading was an escape for me. So the older I got, the more I wanted to kind of pay that back. Obviously I can't go, find J.R.R. Tolkien and, pay him back for that, but what I can do is pay back by giving something to the world to give them the same thing. And so that became my goal. And yeah, I've always written. I have notebooks scattered all over the place where I write down little ideas. For a long time, I wrote a bunch of poetry, just a massive amount of just bad poems. Some of them weren't too bad. And then I quit writing for quite a while because, like I said, I was focusing on my goals of mastering construction and building, my finances up so that, by the time I was like 55 or so was kind of the idea I could retire from construction and just write full time and not have to worry about money. So yeah, but then I still created during that time. I found myself playing Minecraft more so that I could make stuff out of nothing, because that's kind of just my goal. Create something out of nothing has always been a fascination with me.
So you're really into that type of stuff, like creating stuff, like building worlds?
Yeah. I love the world building side of writing. I don't do it nearly as much as I should.
Well, so me growing up, I drew a lot of city maps that were just fake cities of places that I was thinking up in my mind. And I would do like grids and like draw parks and churches and like restaurants and stuff in my little city. And I would spend like hours on end, almost days doing this. My mom would just see me at the kitchen table just doing this. It's like, what are these for? What is this? And I'm like, oh, I just thought of a city and I wanted to put it on paper. And I thought that was kind of cool. And now how that translated, it kind of helps me with writing too, but it translated to me. I don't know if you know this game. You probably do though, if you're into world building. It's a video game called City Skylines.
Yeah, I know of it. I don't think I've ever played it, but I know of it. Yeah.
It's a game where you build your own city. And there's so many like assets. It's like so much better than SimCity. Like it's so detailed. Like once you get into it, you'll get addicted. I've played like probably 1,000 hours of that game at least.
Yeah, it's a good game then.
Yeah, no, it's fun. But where was I going with that? It helps me in writing because, like you, helps me create these worlds and then organize my thoughts, my ideas, like visually. So that's in the visual world, and then I can just translate that to writing.
I do that in Minecraft. Same thing. Same idea.
So when you were talking about you obviously can't think J.R. Tolkien for when you were younger and reading the Hobbit books. I was going to make a joke here because I was going to say, well, I can think the person of the books that I read when I was a little bit younger. So I read the Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
So I want to think Joanna Rowling right now, like think her right here, because fuck J.K. Rowling. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I completely understand. She did that to herself.
I got a little heated.
I still I still will I'm gonna watch the HBO show, and I still I listen to the it's actually funny. So I don't know if you know this, but there's a full cast audio editions of the books that have been coming out on Audible, and God dang it, I know all the characters' names. Madam, the healer, the school healer.
Oh my God, I know who you're talking about too.
Hold on, God dang it! Of course, I go to explain it.
Yeah,
and then it goes away. Madam Pomfrey. There you go. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
God dang it! I second guessed myself. That was stupid. Madam Pomfrey. The actress that plays her voice in the full audio editions is a trans woman.
Oh, I love it. That's really giving it to JK, because she would not sign off on that.
No, I don't know if she would, but at the same time, I think if it bothered her enough, she would have thrown a fit about it. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's performative then? Like, to be honest, do you think she's really just putting on?
I think that she doesn't have a problem with trans people as much as her fight, I believe, is she wants trans people to be called trans people. She doesn't want to just call them women or men. She wants them to be a trans man, a trans woman.
Yeah,
and so I think that's
that
her
doesn't have to be
main
there.
battle.
But that doesn't have to be there. I mean,
No.
trans men are men and trans women are women. Period.
Yeah, and see, like I said, like I'm a live and let live guy. I don't see a problem with that. You know, I don't see, and I especially don't see why that's the fucking fight she decided to take up. That's the only problem I have with it, is there's a million other battles she could have waged on this planet, and that's the one she decided to fucking do. That's the one that she decided to fight, is whether or not someone has trans or not in front of their name because of the way they were born versus the way that they are on the inside and who they feel they are as a person. What a fucking weird fight. You know what I mean?
I know. You know what's kind of funny about it? Because all the questions I had pre-prepared, you know what the next one is? It kind of like lines up with what we're saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
So think of a tiny hill that you would die on, like something that's so insignificant that you can't let it go. If somebody is like whatever it is. So what is this tiny hill that you would die on? And explain why.
Pineapple does absolutely belong on pizza.
I'm not arguing with you there. I look like I would belong in Hawaii. It's obvious I've had a pineapple slice or two.
I don't know why they even call it Hawaiian pizza. It's Canadian bacon and pineapple. It's like, it should be like, I don't even know what you would call it, but it's I do believe pineapple does belong on pizza. I love pineapple on pizza. So, and jalapenos.
Just because it's in the dictionary doesn't mean that it's a real word. And I'll explain why I'm saying this. Because there have been words that have been accepted into recently into the dictionary that are words that like the younger generations came up with, or whatever the case is. Mm-hmm. Maybe even a misuse of a certain word. I just won't accept them. I won't accept those words. Like, you tell me that this is a word, and I'm like, I get that all language is made up, but I can't accept some words.
Yeah.
That's
what word? Do you have any like in mind that you're thinking of specifically?
Irregardless.
Oh yeah, that's.
Or no, yeah.
Why would they add irregardless? It means the same thing as regardless. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that doesn't make sense. That's a silly addition. I don't agree with that one either. I won't ever use it.
Yeah, it's either regardless or irrespective.
Yeah,
you're not combining those two and making a portmanteau.
Yeah,
irregardless. Why?
Yeah.
And it's in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is already, but I will not accept skibidi or skibbity or however they say it.
Skibbity?
Skibbity toilet. You know, they're making a movie of that. I think Michael Bay is behind the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not watching that. Although I said I wasn't going to watch the Minecraft movie because, like, that shouldn't have been a movie. But I have it now in my library, and I heard Jack Black is hilarious, and I've got to watch it now.
Yeah, I love that movie. When it first came out, I watched it like 10 times in a row. I watched it like every day for like a week and a half.
You reminded me that it was that was a thing because of your Minecraft thing. So then I remember that I have the movie in my movie library, and I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I like it because it's as dorky and fun loving as Minecraft itself. It doesn't take itself too serious. They tried to make it this like serious, like epic battle journey, you know, where they're like, you know, I don't know, like they're trying to almost do Minecraft version of like Lord of the Rings or something. Then it would have been just trash. But it is just goofy, silly. I mean, it reminds me of some of like the like late 80s, early 90s, like action movies that kind of almost like made fun of themselves. Like I think The Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where the kid enters the TV show, or either that or Schwarzenegger comes out from the TV show or movie and, you know, is in the real world and stuff. It reminds me of like that because it was really dorky and it almost was making fun of action films in its own, you know, right? So.
Nice. I think it's Shala. Yeah. It says, I love seeing Jason Momoa to be able to be self-deprecating. He is very self-deprecating. I love Jason Momoa's vibe. He was in a recent sketch on Saturday Night Live with Ben Marshall, the tall ginger that was in Please Don't Destroy, and then what's the other kid? He was the host. The kid who played Mike on Stranger Things, Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
And they did a sketch called Heated Wizardry. It was a combination of Heated Rivalry and Harry Potter. And and Ben Marshall was Ron Weasley, obviously, because he's the ginger. And Finn Wolfhard played Harry Potter. And Jason Momoa comes out as Hagrid, and he's like he goes up to Hagrid and he tells him, Hagrid, I have something to tell you. He's like, and it's like the revelation is he's gay or something. He's like, how did you know? And he's like, well, look at you, you're a long bottom or something like that. It was I'm ruining it. You got to watch it. But that was
if you find it, send me a link. I'll watch that.
That was Jason Momoa's line. Yeah. I'll send it to you on Substack. I'll have a link somewhere. I'll just send it to you later. Let's see. All right. Well, now that we're kind of in this more playful, we've been mixing in the playful, but I wanted to ask you. So, just give us 5 songs you can think of off the top of your head on like your Spotify playlist right now that you want to recommend to people.
Let's see. Living Dead Girl by Rob Zombie.
Oh, nice.
I'm
writing.
God, I can't think of like songs that are on it like right now.
Well, it doesn't even have to be songs on it right now. You could just like name some songs you have off the top of your head.
For the last like year or so, I've been listening to things like Disney instrumental playlist and anime instrumental playlist and like Final Fantasy games instrumental playlist, because I use those to like focus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
Final Fantasy, Disney anime.
So like here, let me actually just look up my likes playlist and I'll go through and tell you a few of them. How's that?
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Am I a Psycho by Tech Nine, La 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 by Naughty Boy and Sam Smith.
Oh, I love that
one. We Belong Together by Richie Valens.
Nice.
The Wanderer, I love that song, The Wanderer by Dion.
Yeah. I'm the Wanderer. I'm the Wanderer. Yeah. I know which one.
Yeah. I love this song. Yeah, so Amazing Grace, like by Elvis Presley. I love Elvis. So
Elvis.
Yep. Are You Lonesome Tonight by Elvis is on there. Devil in Disguise, Can't Help Falling in Love, Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, all that's on there. Undead by Hollywood Undead. Son to Me by Zach Bryan. So all over the place. Everything from country to classical to rock to hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah, So let's see. So you give your range of music. I go everywhere from pop to R&B to gangster rap to metal to soft rock to Motown. Like pretty much everything. Like I can't think of, I don't know, country even. I can't think of anything I don't really listen to. I mean, I don't know. But I could give you some of my plays too. So hold on, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I sing, like, I like country because I can sing along with it and I can sing it, fairly well.
Can you sing Josh Turner?
Which I'd have to look up, like, which songs in specific.
Long Black Train.
I don't think I know that one, so no.
Well, I was gonna say, so okay, Josh Turner is he's a baritone, but he's like very low. He's like almost like a bass, and he's somebody, because I have a 3-octave range when I sing, so I can hit the lower notes, and people are surprised to hear that when they hear me talk, because my voice is more in the mids, but when I sing, I can get really low. And there's a song he has on the radio. It's called "Would You Go With Me" by Josh Turner. And that's one of the songs on my playlist, by the way. So I'm throwing that out there now. But some other stuff. I listen to a lot of French music because I'm studying French right now. So like Lara Fabian, Celine Dion, um, uh, oh my God, Barbara Previ. Um, what else? Let's see. Stromae, Maître Gem. I mean, there's so many good French singers out there right now. But like a lot of the English stuff, I like. I like a lot of the divas like Celine, Whitney, and Mariah. But also like I got into the boy band phase because I was in high school when that happened. You know, like the beginning of like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, 98 Degrees, all that.
Yeah.
I was in high school, and I guess I was a nerd, so I didn't care if I was cool. So I didn't like care if people thought it was a little gay for me to listen to like 98 Degrees or like Backstreet Boys. I'm like, oh well, whatever.
Yeah, see, that's one thing that definitely got me a lot of ridicule when I was younger, growing up in the area of the world I grew up in, hardcore redneck. Is I listened to, you know, at the time I listened to mostly like rap and pop. So I'd have like an Eminem CD and then switch it out for Britney Spears.
Nice. Playing some like Baby One More Time. Hit me, baby, one more time. Yeah. Or Eminem. Well, wait. Eminem, Stan. Oh, that would have been in high school for you, huh?
Yeah.
The song Stan.
Yeah. I think Stan might have even been middle school, maybe. I'm not sure on that one. I might have been the last few years of middle school.
That might be right. I'm trying to think when Stan came out. Was that 98? 90. Oh, come on. You know,
I'm looking it up too.
Yeah. My partner does not. Okay, 2000. But I was gonna say my partner does not like how I say the singer in the background's name, because ever since I saw her name, I've been saying it the wrong way, and I think you can assume how I've been saying her name. Add an extra letter to her name.
Let me see. I'd have to.
I'm not saying it on camera because I don't want this to clip.
Oh.
You get it?
No, I'm looking. I forget who the backup was. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I know. I remember. That's funny.
Yeah, that would clip.
Clip.
I'm not doing that.
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah. So I like Garth Brooks. Even when I was going through my country or my pop and rap phase, where I didn't listen to pretty much anything besides pop or rap, I still liked Garth Brooks. Always did.
I've always liked Garth Brooks too. I didn't like his rap album, but when he was, what was that guy's name? Oh my God. Why am I'm having to look everything up today.
Yeah, I got really
Chris
lazy
Gaines.
with remembering names and shit.
It's Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines.
Yeah. Oh no, that was more like pop rock. Well, like for some reason I thought that was rap. I don't know.
Yeah,
that was just weird.
Yeah, he did go off on a little bit of a switch there for a while. I like Luke Combs. Luke Combs is good. I
haven't really gotten much into the newer country. Like I worked at a country bar from 2007 to 2014 as a karaoke DJ. Mm-hmm. So I heard a lot of country in that time. But after 2014, after I came out as gay to like everybody and kind of shifted away from that environment, being a karaoke DJ at a country bar in California, which is already a story in itself, I just kind of stopped listening to country for a while. I still listen to like classic country and stuff in like the 90s, like 90s, 2000s country, like the early stuff like Rascal Flatts, you know, Keith Urban, Brad Paisley. But I need to check out Luke Combs. I've heard he's good, but I just haven't had a chance to listen to it yet.
He is. The song "Beautiful Crazy" is a good song. If you listen to that one.
I was thinking about that movie. You remember that movie Crazy Beautiful with Kirsten Dunst and Jay Hernandez?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
I think it was early 2000s. So it would have been like when you're in like middle school, high school.
Yeah, it was like 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that one, honestly.
It's it's fun. Kirsten Dunst does a good job in that movie. I don't know if it received mixed reviews, but I would say it was a good movie when I watched it. So I don't know. Maybe it was just my opinion, and maybe it was just the framing of the time.
It has a 6.4 on IMDb and a 62% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it was probably like I said, it was probably a mixed review, but I think a lot of people like kind of like the thematic stuff, and it like flew over people's heads.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good movies out there that get bad ratings though, so it doesn't really that I never consider the ratings a good like judgment on whether or not something is quality, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I always have to judge for myself. Although
Yeah.
I feel justified when I see a rating and then I watch the movie and I'm like, oh, they were right.
Yeah. As opposed though, like Melania, I believe that rating.
It's justified.
The IMDb 1.6 out of 10, Rotten Tomatoes 10%. I believe those.
So I
So
mean, this is probably something I saw in a meme, but I always joke with Mike. So like I told him, oh, I know the spoil, I know the ending to that movie. I know this. They tried not to give any spoilers away, but I already know the ending of that movie, and it's I suck dick for a green card.
yeah. I know I read a review someone had written where they actually like legitimately attempted to go through it and watch it, to see like if there was anything to learn from it or, any sort of vital information or whatever. And they just said it was like empty. There was nothing that you couldn't just find about her in a quick internet search. There wasn't any, depth to it. It was very surface and fake almost feeling and plastic. And so I'm like, yeah, I didn't have a desire to watch it before. And then reading that review, I was like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not watching that shit.
So I've heard that quote attributed to someone in the White House.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't have any desire to watch it either.
Yeah.
All right,
No.
shifting gears now, we get to do a fun game. It's called Would You Rather. And I
Okay.
have 4, 5, 6. I have 10 questions.
Okay.
So obviously you're answering first, and then I'll come back with my answer. Would you rather go back to age 5 with everything you know now, or know everything your future self will learn right now?
I think I'd rather go back to age 5 knowing everything I know now.
I don't know. Like, school was kind of rough for me, and I was bullied.
Yeah, same here. But now with everything I know now, I think I could get away with it more. I think I could. I honestly like I would fight back. Like for a lot of years till I was about 13 or so, I really didn't know I could actually like my bullies. Like I didn't know I could actually like punch them in the fucking face. Like hurting people just did not dawn on me. Like I didn't think I could. I didn't think like it was something that I was capable. Not even capable. Like it was just so out of the realm of reality for me. I didn't want to hurt people at all, that I didn't even consider, oh hey, I could probably fight back and punch my bully in the fucking face, and that would definitely shut him up a little bit more often. So I would probably go back and I would end up punching him in the fucking face.
I'm actually thinking about this one now. I was originally going to go with the second answer, but now that I'm thinking about it, you convinced me. So the thing is I would go back through school with all the stuff I know now, and I would just be able to come up with a lot more biting and like relevant like burns on people who tried to like come at me. And I think
well, that and you'd have a more nonchalant feel to you, right? Like when you're a little kid, you're like anxious and you're unsure. But if like you had all the knowledge you have now, you could be more like, whatever, fuck these kids, man. Like I know from how my life went that I don't end up having to see them very much, if ever, anyways. So fuck them. My bully ended up dying of a tumor he had on his brain, or his brain stem.
Yeah.
It was like inoperable and they couldn't treat it even, or well, they could treat it, but he opted out of treating it. And so he ended up dying like about, I don't know, 8 years ago or so, 8, 9 years ago. And just knowing that, I would just, probably tell him all the time, you're going to die of a fucking brain tumor.
Fuck them kids. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Would you rather have all your clothes fit perfectly or have the most comfortable pillow, blankets, and sheets ever, like that exist in the world?
I'd rather have the most comfortable stuff. Like I would love to have just like a bed that felt like sleeping on a nice warm cloud. Not too warm, but just warm enough.
I like it kind of cool. Like honestly, like if it's like, some people get really uncomfortable when it's like below 60 degrees in their house.
Yeah.
Since I'm full time in my camper, as you guys already know, honestly, when it gets below 60, sometimes when we're sleeping, we don't notice like we haven't temperature regulated. I sleep well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like my face to feel cool. I like my body to be warm, but not hot. I don't like to be hot when I sleep. I don't sleep for shit if I'm hot. So
Yeah, my partner is the same way. And the other thing is too, well, he was on a video with me and Brandon a while ago on our podcast. I don't know if you got a chance to see him yet, but he's pretty white and has a big ginger beard. But he sunburned the other day. We weren't out in the sun very long, and he sunburned being out there for maybe like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
His body runs really hot all the time, so the temperature regulation on him, he has none basically because of his MS.
I gotcha. Yeah, my lady is ginger as well, so she burns very quick in the sun also.
You tan though, huh?
Yeah, I tan. I get like I am the like whitest I've been in years and years right now. So, but here shortly I will be getting a lot more sun, so you'll see. I get pretty dark.
I'll get dark too. I mean, I'm already kind of dark, but I'll be darker in the summer. All right, let's see here. Would you rather...
I like tanning. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things. So, would I rather?
Oh yeah. So you went with the comfortable one. I said the same one as you. But now let's go to: would you travel the world for a year on a shoestring budget, or stay in only one country for a whole year but live in luxury in that country?
Oh, I guess that depends on the country.
Well, I guess you get to pick the country. What country are you going to?
Japan. If I could spend a solid year in Japan, I totally would. But I want to spend a solid year in Japan with the other would you rather. I want to spend a solid year in Japan when I'm like 10.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with one of the other ones. So like you've gone already 5 years from being 5 with all the knowledge still. Oh, that'd be so cool. Would you do you know Japanese?
No, I don't.
Be so cool though.
Yeah, that's why I would want to go when I was 10, so I'm young enough to still like learn languages fairly easy,
Mm-hmm. I actually would travel on a tight budget, honestly, because like I want to see the world. I know I wouldn't have as much to like do the things I'd want to do necessarily, but the fact that I'd get to see everything would be fun. And I already study 8 languages, so I think in 8 of those countries, more than 8, I'd be right at home.
Yeah. No. I want to travel too, but if I travel, I want to travel, with enough of a budget to be able to stay in, decent hotels and stuff like that. Anytime I've ever traveled within the U.S., I've done travel where you do like the stereotypical tourist crap. And then I've done travel where like I go explore the town on my own and like end up, accidentally maybe walking through some neighborhoods I shouldn't have. And I prefer the latter. I like so like I wouldn't go anywhere in the world I want to be able to have enough money to go to parts of the town that I probably necessarily shouldn't go to. In order to actually enjoy the culture for what it is instead of, their presentation version of their culture. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You want to immerse yourself where like the locals would go.
Right. It's like when a kid cleans their room sometimes, if they're not really like good at cleaning yet, they might shove everything under the bed and in the closet. So like the presentation of their room is nice, it's nice and clean looking, but I want to go to underneath the closet or in the closet and underneath the bed to see actually what the characteristics of that culture are, so to speak.
Well, the thing is if you go in the closet, you're going to find a bunch of stuffed animals and then Drew Barrymore hiding there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that was E.T., sorry. Oh, no. She finds E.T. in the closet, doesn't she?
Aren't they both hiding in there?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Would you rather have whatever you're thinking to appear above your head for everyone to see, or have absolutely everything you do live streamed for everyone to see? So you're getting either your thought bubbled all the time, or people are watching you pee.
Oh, both of those are dangerous and horrible thoughts. I can't. That's a hard one. I guess I'd have to say the thought bubbles, because at least I could escape it.
And you could manipulate the thought bubbles.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I'd have to say the thought bubbles. I don't want to ever live broadcast everything I do. Though, if I were someone who had like political ambitions, I would be, in this day and age, I would start by like broadcasting everything I do all the time. So then there could be no accusations going later on into the career. Like if you are like live broadcasting pretty much 24/7, then it's going to be really hard for anyone to say you did something when clearly the world saw you did not.
Exactly. That's a good point, especially for somebody who's going into politics. I think I'm going to go the same way you are, though, with the thought bubbles, because, some of the shit I do in private is a little freaky. I'll just leave it there. Would you rather be a reverse centaur or a reversed merman? So, like, with the centaur, you'd have the horse head, and then no.
Yeah,
it is the horse head. The horse head and the male
human body. Yeah, so like BoJack Horseman.
Yeah. So you'd be BoJack Horseman, and then the other one's the merman. So you'd be. This is the one where I laughed when somebody said, "So if you were a mermaid, would you want the bottom half to be like gills and fishy, or the top half to be like that, so that you could have parts down there?"
I would go with the horse. Yeah, I'd go with the horse. I like horses. That sounds like fun, honestly. So
actually, that would be kind of fun. I was considering the merman at first. I don't know. Well, no, but fish lips. And I'm already Sturg, funny story if you know where my name comes from. So my last name's Sturgill, and Sturgill comes from the English name for like the people who are sturgeon fishermen.
Yeah.
So there's fishing in my blood, in my background, and so on Medium I have this little sturgeon that I slapped on my profile picture. So my nickname, the Sturge, obviously comes from the shortened part of my last name, and it was actually a nickname that was given to me by one of my former editors on Medium, because I told her it was a name I used in high school, like in one of my nicknames, and she said, but it was only a short-lived one. I brought it back like almost 25 years later, and I was, well, it's like, this fits you. Let's just do it, and I just ran with it.
Yeah, it works. It's a good nickname. It's a good name.
Oh yeah, for sure. This is the fun one. Okay. So these are the important questions now. Would you rather your only mode of transportation be a donkey or a giraffe?
Donkeys. As someone who grew up with animals and stuff, I can tell you that donkeys are very hardy, and they can pretty much go anywhere. I feel like giraffes would have attitude and probably be condescending too.
Well, they do look down on you.
Yeah. Yeah. See, there you go. That's what I was thinking.
Well, I was also thinking of the. You watch Family Guy at all?
Yeah.
You know, the giraffe that Quagmire hooks up with every once in a while. It was a little short segment they had one time. A giraffe put its tongue in the window and started licking something. And it's like he's like, "Oh, that feels good," and then he turns around and is like, "Hey, you're not the giraffe from the other day."
Yeah.
That was just random, but yeah.
Yeah, I love Family Guy.
Me too. I would say I don't know. I mean, giraffe, I'd be tall. I'm already tall, and donkey's fine. I'm pretty tall in real life. Let's see here. All right, next question. Would you rather have everything you draw become real but be permanently terrible at drawing, or be able to fly but only as fast as you can walk?
Oh, fly for sure. Yeah, I don't even have to think
Even
about
if it's
that
as
one.
fast as you can walk?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I've
Oh,
always wanted to fly. Like actually like fly, not like airplanes and stuff, but like myself. Like that's always been something like as long as I can remember my entire life, I've always wished I could fly. I don't know what it is. Maybe I was a bird in a past life or some shit. I have no idea. But I've always wanted to fly. It just feels so free. It sounds so free.
yeah. Actually, oh shit. You're getting me to
Yeah.
change some of my answers here. Yeah, I'm gonna fly. I mean, I've always wanted to fly, but I wanted to fly fast. But I do have those dreams, and these are these really weird dreams where I'm flying really slowly and only for a short distance, where I'm like having to get back on the ground to fly again. It's like weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that's what triggered me there. But I actually, if I could stay up in the air and just fly even slow, I think, yeah, that'd be okay too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Shala was just saying, their favorite dreams is flying or whatever. That's
Mm-hmm.
always been my favorite dreams too, is flying.
Mm-hmm.
I had one that was so vivid a long time ago, man. I was like bouncing on the trampoline, and then I
Mm-hmm.
just decided to take off. And I did, and I can just still remember like how it felt, the wind blowing through my hair, and the feel of being able to look down and see the city and everything around me. And God, I still remember exactly how I felt in that dream, even years and years later.
Nice. Now, now after our live today, I want to go to listen to Freebird by Leonard Skinner.
That's a good song.
Oh yeah. All right. Would you rather have the ability to mute people at will or pause people for 5 seconds at a time, but you can only do each one of these once an hour?
Pause
Oh,
people.
sorry. No. That's it at will. No, the first one's at will, so you can mute anybody at any time. But if you pause people for 5 seconds at a time, you can only do that once an hour.
I guess mute people. Because then there would be a few people that I would just make sure I got close enough to mute and then just leave them that way forever.
Trump.
There's one person in particular, he who shall not be named.
Trumpamord.
Yeah.
Head of Slytherin. No,
Yeah.
no, that's too nice. Yeah, I'm gonna meet people too. Oh, this one was interesting. I had to ask this one. Would you rather be a practicing doctor or a medical researcher? I found this one interesting because either way, you're working in the medical field to try to advance like health and stuff, but in different aspects. And I don't know. That sounds interesting.
God, I think researcher, because that would leave me the availability to research, some complex and interesting things, to where I think like a medical doctor, you might end up getting like stuck in a very boring, monotonous sort of existence where you're
A
just
cord.
kind of seeing the same sniffles over and over again. Yes, you have a cold. No, I'm not going to give you anything for it. Go home, drink water.
A court. Yeah. Because doctors can get stuck in like a corporate like medical center where they don't have much autonomy over their stuff. So yeah, I would go with that one too.
Yeah, at one point in time, I was going to school. I was going to medical school. I was going to pre-med and stuff because I kind of wanted to be a doctor or a nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
And the more I learned about, like, I guess you could call it the political side of the medical field, the more I fell out of love with it until it got to the point where I was like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. I don't care. I don't care how much they make. I don't care if they're respected in their communities. I don't give a shit. I'm not doing it.
Well, yeah, and even though it's a nurse practitioner, because that's the high. I think that's the highest one, right? That's the doctorate level for nurses.
Yeah, nurse practitioner. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I was going to say about that is, even though if you put the word nurse in anything, people are just gonna they look down on that more than doctors, and I don't understand that, because nurses do a lot
It's
more.
stupid. Yeah, nurses do a lot, man. Like, I agree. Respect medical. I tell people, like, respect medical care people as it is, especially this day and age, because just know, like, we see the stuff that the shit that people talk online about, the medical field and science and stuff. Doctors and nurses have to deal with people in real life doing that all the time, trying to argue with them that their kids don't need vaccines or don't need treatment because they're going to pray it away, or, they don't need the COVID vaccine, even though they're high risk because, the COVID vaccine is worse than the illness, and all this stupid crap that, we see. And it's frustrating for us to see because it's this obvious science denial. They have to deal with it in person. So it's like, I respect the hell out of that field. I am so glad, though, that I did not continue medical school with the way that things have gone, because I would not be an individual. I don't have the personality to sit there and listen to a patient try and tell me about what I've done with my degree in my life. You know what I mean? Gross. I couldn't do it. I'd end up with a malpractice lawsuit because I would definitely probably slap around a stupid fucking MAGA at one point.
Oh yeah. That shouldn't be considered malpractice. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going out.
grab him by the neck. You can't pray away the gay. Shut the fuck up. Go home and love your kid.
Oh my god. No. What they're really saying when they say pray away the gay is pray away my gay.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Hide it away, because I don't want it. I'm violently against my own gayness.
God, the amount of times that conservative families and people have all of a sudden been outed as, cross-dressers or, secretly on Grindr. It's like, God, you guys aren't fooling anyone anymore, man.
Yeah. You mean like one in particular, Miss Lindsey Graham?
Yeah.
We call her Miss G or Lady G. Yeah. All right. The last one, this one's kind of anticlimactic, but whatever. Would you rather never be able to eat meat or never be able to eat vegetables ever again?
Probably meat. I'd rather never be able to eat meat again. I've been vegan before, and it's I was vegan for about a year and a half, and it's unhealthy if you don't eat right. It really is. Most people don't put the consideration into their food necessary to be healthy vegans, but it ultimately, you wouldn't want to just eat meat. That causes all sorts of problems. So you're more likely to be able to successfully live off of just vegetables than you are just meat.
I was vegetarian for a large chunk of my childhood. Lacto-ovo vegetarian. So I still drink milk and ate eggs and stuff. But I could go full vegetarian. As long as I get the right balance of nutrients and stuff. So I'm going to go with you there. I like vegan food. There's actually, I mentioned this in another previous video I'd done. There's this restaurant, shout out to Sacramento, California, where my hometown is. Sunflower Restaurant in Fair Oaks, California, which is a suburb of Sacramento, in Sacramento County. Makes the best vegan food. They're a really great vegan restaurant, and they're highly rated.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, if I'm ever in the area, I'll definitely check it out. I like vegan food too. There's a lot of really great vegan recipes out there. For my, I think it was my 30th or 31st birthday, I asked, the only thing I asked anyone for was I wanted them to find a place that would cook vegan cookies. And so they did. They found a place and brought me vegan cookies, and God damn, they're good. And they're like guilt free, you know what I mean? Like there's no they're not like as bad for you as, you know, regular cookies. And yeah, it's good stuff.
Shalaz from Sacramento.
Ah, sweet. Try that food. Go
Try
see what you
try
think of it.
if you have you been to Sunflower, just let me know in the comments. But no, I lived in Sacramento from the age, well, when I was born up until I was 34.
Oh,
So
wow.
so almost a decade ago now I moved out of California. Then I moved to Chicago. That was the first place I went to for work. Then I went to Erie, Pennsylvania, where we are now. But we're only here temporarily now, every once in a while. Only lived here for 4 years, and then we started doing our traveling, going to
Yeah.
New York, and then back here during the winter sometimes. And we're just kind of trying to get around and go places. And I'm shocked that I got somebody from SAC on the live as I was mentioning. Went to St. Francis High School. My brother went to Johnson. Oh my gosh. Oh, so Shala hasn't lived there since they're 1857 now. So 39 years ago. I want to ask okay, have you watched the movie Lady Bird? Because Lady Bird was written by a Sacramento writer, and the character she plays actually went to a school. I don't think they call it St. Francis in the movie, but it's based on St. Francis. And I went to Encina. I'm just going to throw that out there if you know where that is. My ex-girlfriend, actually, back when I was in my bisexual phase, I guess. I mean, I'm technically still kind of bi, but she went to Johnson, so where your brother went. But then also to Encina, where I went. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, so saying that the writer went to that school, yeah. That's correct. But there's a lot of good movies about Sacramento right now. Lady Bird won an Oscar, so I think you know that movie.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to our TV, our picks for TV. So I'm giving you 3 options for TV shows that have aired in the last 25 years. I tried to do pre-streaming shows because those are more likely for people to have watched. I didn't want to go for obscure shows that you might not have watched. I don't know if you watched any of these either, but I'm making a safe assumption that yeah. Okay, so for the first edition, so this is you're either going to and this thing that we do regularly on me and Brandon's podcast is FM Swipe Left, but these are for people. This is a show that you'll kind of get into and like watch every once in a while. That's the F part. The M part would be that's a show you're going to watch all the time, and then the Swipe Left is the one that you're going to pass on.
Yeah.
Do you understand the rules?
We played this game with it's fuck, marry, or kill.
Yeah. That's I changed the kill part because kill sounded too aggressive. So it's ER.
So the show ER.
Yeah, Law and Order.
Law and Order.
Dun dun. The West Wing.
I would F the West Wing, marry Law and Order, and swipe left on ER.
Okay. Let's see how I'll go here. This is hard because there are a couple that I want to swipe left on. I'm gonna go ahead and swipe left on Law and Order. I just can't stand that show.
See, and I'm fascinated with true crime, so that's one that would fit me better.
Well, the thing is with that, it's not really true crime. Like, if you really watch the shows and you look at it, it's like dramatized, like police glorification, and I'm just not into that. Yeah. ER, I'm gonna fuck with ER only a little bit, and I'm definitely marrying the West Wing. I mean, that show is brilliantly written. It's just a great show. And Rob Lowe, I mean, he is still handsome for his age. Oh my God. Okay, this next one is super hard, and I don't know how I'm going to go with this one either because these are 3 shows that I freaking love. This is like the trinity of animated shows.
Okay.
Simpsons, Family Guy, South Park.
I'm gonna swipe left on The Simpsons.
Oh.
I'm going to, I guess, I'll fuck South Park, and I guess I'll have to marry Family Guy.
All right, I'm going. You know what? Now that I thought about it, damn it! But The Simpsons has such good writing. Even like when they say that Simpsons dropped off, it never really kind of dropped off. Like the writing is still really sharp, really witty. They still have really good episodes into season 38. Like, I mean, I've been watching it for years now. I've been watching The Simpsons since I was 5 or 8, because it came out in 90. Well, no, 89. So I was 7 going on 8 at the time. And there was actually one episode when I was 8 years old. I started writing it down, every word they were saying on paper, like basically writing up the script of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I still had that on my fridge for like years. Like, my mom was just so impressed that I was able to keep up with the dialogue and write all the stuff down.
Yeah.
But I actually, you know what? Okay, so I'm gonna, because this is so hard, I am gonna swipe on The Simpsons as well. But I'm going to marry South Park. I'm fucking with Family Guy. I mean, I like Family Guy, but South Park is my ultimate jam.
Yeah.
South Park.
Ultimately, all 3 of them, if you watch them too much, they get boring as fuck to me. So that was a kind of a hard one.
What's this one? I cosplay like a Marge Simpson Star Trek officer on the Star Trek cruise this year. That's so cool, Shala. Oh, that's cool. I bet she looks. That's fire. That's fire. All right, let's see. The next. So this is the last 3 now. And then we can kind of like close it out and have a little conversation before we go. Wait. Oh, okay. I thought I put the same show in twice. Okay. X-Files, Friends, The Sopranos.
I'm gonna swipe left on Friends, mainly because I've seen most of that, and I just nah.
It didn't age well.
Yeah, the X-Files also, I would probably, I guess, just fuck. Mm-hmm. So I'd marry The Sopranos, because that's probably one of the most critically acclaimed of the 3.
I actually would agree. The thing is, with X-Files, I considered marrying X-Files, but then I was thinking about, I was like, yeah, The Sopranos was really good. I didn't necessarily like the way it ended. I'm not going to... I mean, if you haven't watched it by now, I'm going to spoil it for you anyway. When it touched the black in the rest. Oh wait, you didn't finish it or what?
No, I have not.
I'm not saying anything.
I don't know how it ends, actually.
You didn't hear what I just said, right?
Nope, didn't hear anything.
Good. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, we'll go the same way. Oh, the X-Files cast is doing a fan expo circuit this summer. That's so cool.
Sweet.
You know, Julie Anderson, the one who played Scully, she's lesbian, which I think is really cool. And what did Jim say what to?
I think the X-Files thing probably.
That's cool. I would go to an X-Files cast thing. That would be fun. Just so I could meet David Duchovny and be like, "What the hell, man? What was that?" And he'd be like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Your whole career. What was that?" No, he was good in Californication. Have you seen that?
No, I have not.
I would recommend it. But I'm Californian, so
I've got a long list of shows to watch. long list at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm on an anime bend again. So.
I see. Jim was talking about Sopranos never finished. Oh, he's saying what to you never finishing The Sopranos.
Yeah, no, I have not.
Because that's like 15 years overdue or something like crazy.
Yeah,
like
I know. there was a few shows like that because they were like the shows you had to wait for week to week or whatever to watch, you know, that I ended up like losing track of when the next season came out, and then I just didn't finish watching. So now that there's, you know, streaming services and such, then I can go through and rewatch them just all the way through without having to wait.
How about Breaking Bad? Have you gotten through that?
No, I have not finished that. That was another one that when it first was coming out, I was watching it on TNT each week or whatever. And
or AMC.
I
think
AMC
it was AMC.
there. Yeah, I think you're right. And so I didn't finish watching that one. It's on my list though. That one is definitely on my list.
Okay. Wow. You're kind of behind on some of the older shows, so I'm not giving you any spoilers to anything.
Yeah.
We don't do that here. Although I did say it. I did say it on the live. Don't go back and watch that. Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say to everybody who showed up today? We got 63 people that watched this, which is a lot more than I expected. I mean, considering I'm a fairly smaller Substack guy at this point, but I guess they came. I mean, I'm not going to say they just came for you, but no, I think they came for us. They came to see what we were doing, and we kept them engaged. We had fun. I had fun. I'm not going to say.
I did.
Yeah. No, I know. That's me. Oh, that's so cool. I want to. I can't wait to talk to Shala on Substack. I'm subscribed to you both now.
Thank you, Shala.
Yeah, to do a lot more. You know what I'm gonna do now? I'll talk to Brandon but he turns them into podcasts. I don't know if he can still do that with our weekly podcast on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. If I initiate the video, if he can still turn it into a podcast. Brandon, so your timing is just right, Brandon. So I have to ask you, do you know that if you're not the initiator of the video, are you still able to, like, is the other person still able to turn the video into a podcast like you do with all of our weekly stuff?
I think he's done it with mine a few times, so you must be able to.
Okay. So if he is able to, I mean, I might start initiating some of these lives, because this is the first one I've had successful, and I think I mean, in my mind, I feel like this was very successful, and I definitely would like to do this with you again in the future if you're up for it. I think we did mention something in May.
Yeah,
you were saying like come on with you, or was it we were going to go on somebody else's show, or was this like? You remember?
Yeah, so on my Substack live, because I was doing them weekly on Wednesdays, but I'm going to be switching things up just a little bit. So I'll still have you on, but it'll be just a little bit different of a format. So I'll explain more as it gets closer to the time and as I get it a little bit more honed in or whatever. So.
And you said this is going to be in early May, right?
I think, let me look. I have it on the calendar. I think it was like mid to late May, actually.
Oh, was it? You'll have to
the 20th of May. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I know what I was thinking of early to whatever. It was the initial time we were supposed to meet for this, because I had it on my calendar too, but I don't know. I didn't have like the notifications on or something, and then I thought about it and I was like, is there something I'm missing or not? Because I feel like there's something I'm missing, and then I go to my calendar. I'm like, oh my god. And that's when I rushed to message you, and it was like 15 minutes after we were supposed to start. And I was like, I didn't prepare anything. What am I going to do? Like, we can just go on next week. And I'm like, cool, dude.
Well, we ended up working out, so that's fine with me. So, but yeah, no, I don't have. If you guys, anybody who's still listening, follow Sturg and I here on Substack. We appreciate you coming in and chatting and saying hi. Shala, I can't wait to hear from you. Message us the video that you were talking about, and I'll go check out your page because you said you had a bunch of Star Trek stuff. What was
the one thing you were saying that I was going to send you to, or that I said I was going to say? Oh, the heated wizard the video from
send me that for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up now so I remember.
And then Shala, they have a show. So Sturg and Brandon have a show called Tuesday with Two Gays. And then I had a show that I was doing Wednesday, just KR Byers Presents. I'm going to be changing it up to the Shallow Swim, and it'll be an informative show where I just kind of cover the basics of little bits of history or people or, just information in general that's interesting to me. And then my guest and I will discuss that more so. So it's more of a guided and, predictable type thing, so to speak. That way people, I think, are getting some information along with their entertainment. So, and I don't know when I'm going to be doing that. I still need to set some things up and figure out how I'm going to be producing that for sure. So,
I'm trying to think if there was anything else I needed to plug coming up. I know that on 420 at 4:20 p.m. Eastern time next week. So this is next week, obviously, on 420. Onyx Rose, Brandon, and I are going to be on live doing a 420 special. We're going to be talking about music. We have some poetry we want to read for Poetry Month, and I think one or more of us is going to be high that on the on the live. Let's see, and then Tuesday, obviously, Tuesdays with two gays. Let's see, am I missing anything? Oh, and then Ginger and I are going to be on next Friday. We do those like 90s games of like the nostalgia stuff where we play like MASH or like tell yo mama jokes. We just like to have fun. Like it's just all fun and games on ours. Like when it's me and Ginger, we try to keep it really, really light and silly.
Good. That's what
maybe we could
need more of that right now.
Maybe we could do that the next time we meet or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so definitely.
We'll plan something.
Yeah.
We'll be smoking a doobie. Next Shalah's going to be on, and she's going to be smoking a doobie next Monday. Yeah, Brandon's not. He says he's going to have to be a little high. I think he's going to be very high. He's probably going to get his cat's high too.
Yeah, probably. Sounds like Brandon.
Yeah. Zoe already acts like a stoner.
All right.
All right. Anyway, yeah. KR, great getting to chat with you. We'll see you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here pretty soon. And to the audience here today, I mean, a lot of you came through. I'm so happy. And yeah, I'm gonna check your stuff out, Shala, and we'll chat more.
Yeah, definitely.
All right,
we'll connect, Shala. Thank you for following and subscribing, and thank you all for being here.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye. Bye.